Some of the earliest white people that are Europeans that came into the area were the French. And in fact, if you remember your history, there was the Louisiana Purchase that included Louisiana, naturally enough, but it also amazingly came up through Texas, and the far western border of the Louisiana Purchase in this area was the Rio Grande River. And at one point in time, I think the late 1600s, the French government sent out expeditions to explore the country that they had purchased. And one group of them, led by a Frenchman named Lebreau, found their way into the mountain ranges right over there, really just on the other side of these peaks. You will come to Summit Mountain, and that is the mountain that they discovered gold on. And it's an interesting story. There's a couple of books about it. One's called Citadel Mountain. You can find that at bookstores. It's not really all that old. And it describes the tale. Basically, they found a fairly large amount of gold. They set up smelting. These were 350 men on this expedition. So they set up smelting, smelted it down as much as they could into smaller ingots. They were attacked by Indians and disease, and a good many of them died right up there on Summit Mountain. They decided the best thing they could do would be to bury that gold and come back for it later. They just, at that point, were wanting to survive, and they were looking at reducing numbers and a winter coming. So they did, in fact, bury the gold. They made maps, and they were then attacked by Indians again. It turned out that only 2 of the 350-man party made it back to Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, which was a military outpost of the United States at the time. Lebreau went back to France. The map was over there. And you get into a lot of rumors now. There are people that believe that one of the maps was held by some of the early Hispanics in Pagosa Country. There are some rumors that have existed that they came up and found it. There's other people that have done enormous work over on that mountain trying to figure out exactly where that stash of gold is. I heard it referred to one time as maybe worth $60 million in modern currency. So there's a reason to be looking, perhaps. So that's the history of the French expedition. Lebreau never came back. In fact, his son came back about a half a century later and was looking for it, didn't find it. He rode horseback down the east fork of the San Juan, right over in this area. He got to the San Juan River, and somewhere along there the horse bucked him off into the river, became the first recorded human drowning in the San Juan River. Pagosa.com, go on to the adventure guide, click on the history section, and you will see history there of Summitville, Treasure Mountain. The mountain is called now Treasure Mountain, and quite a bit of the history about the French expedition that came up here very early on. So we'll end this segment now, and then I will tell you about some military history and exploration that took place in this area.